live?
Says starting. Yes.
Starting. We're live.
Live.
We're live, pal. Disco Fever. Here it is. Thursday episode, Leader of the Pack. Episode number 16.
Think
Sweet
so.
16, according to the docket. We'll do a little bit about audio check, switching microphones again today. If anybody jumps on the stream, just let me know. Positive, negative. Can you hear me? Can you not hear me? We're back to classic audio checks while we're figuring out some of the technology. Joined here by the Sports JD PM. Joining as this is 4-time?
Something like that.
Come on.
I don't keep count of my appearances on this show.
Can't bring him anywhere. Special guest producer Kim.
Hey.
On the other side, helping us out by pressing buttons and laughing along to my one-liners. We're very excited to do this. We're going to go into the 70's. We haven't done any 70's cards on the show at all. You graciously got these for me for Christmas. Can you tell me a little bit about where they came from?
Well, I got them off a random eBay purchaser. I think the person was living in Washington State.
Okay.
And the only thing, they promoted it as a lot of 70's cards.
Right.
And the hook was that 1 out of 100 lots has a Nolan Ryan.
Really?
So apparently he's supposed to be the selling. I guess his card. I don't know. I don't know enough about cards. You probably know more about cards than I do.
Oh, he's certainly
Which
is a selling
cards
point. Yeah.
are the most valuable? Of course, Mike Schmitz could be in here. You name the Hall of Fame, Hank Aaron.
Yeah.
You name the Hall of Famer from the 70's. Hopefully, the two of us will know something about some of the players in these packs.
What would you over under? How many guys we're gonna know?
Half the pack.
Half the pack. Half of the total? Half of the 2 packs?
Half the pack. Well, the other thing you'll notice is you do the retro cards, as
Sure.
you've been doing in some of your more recent episodes, and now you'll see the originals, which the retro cards are based on, and a lot of those are, you're talking, that's when Topps was the only show in town, in the 70's basically.
Yeah.
And what you're looking at is they have these great borders, and the great ways they frame the shots.
Script on the
And
bottom
this
of the 78.
Right. There's some that you can play a game with the cards.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what cards come up and to sort of look back on what some of those. One of the things is that the baseball guidebook there with the prices.
Yes.
Might also, if you have one of those, if you're into baseball card collecting, you'll be able to see some of the cards we're looking at because they'll look at what the value of the 70's cards are.
That book is from 1987. I don't think the prices are accurate.
No, probably not. But the way the cards look, or look them up on Google or whatever.
That's true. eBay itself. Sound? Anybody?
I don't see any comments.
Okay, that's fine. Well, if this is a silent episode, then it's a silent.
The cards
episode.
speak for themselves.
Is anybody in the chat?
I don't see any. Am I supposed to?
You don't see it. There's like a number.
There's just 2 people.
Live. All right, 2. Anybody that's on the chat, just make sure that you can hear us. I'm sure if they couldn't hear us, they'd be
all over.
They'd be screaming and yelling. All right, so first thing I'm seeing here is that the cards are all. This saves me sleeves. I had my sleeves ready. This saves me sleeves because they're already sleeved up. Yeah.
Oh my.
So, okay, 0 for 1 on guys I know, but 1 for 1 on hats that you're wearing.
Bill Stoneman. Okay, he was a middle reliever for the Expos. Hey,
Same person.
Middle reliever for the old school Expos.
Okay.
Back in the 70's.
And that's I think that's what the design is. Is that 71? Or that might be 74.
I believe it's 74.
Yeah, you might have a better chance at seeing the...
Yes. So this is
1974
Topps.
74 Topps. Really cool. I mean, again, like even if it's like a little hazy looking photo, I still think a lot of these cards are pretty cool. Don't know anything about.
No, Gary Sutherland is not to be confused with Keith Sutherland, by the way.
No.
I believe this is 76 though.
Yes. Yeah, I do know that's 76. I see that little curly bushel of hair popping out the back of his ball cap. Matches his uniform, so he's a bit of a ginge. as they would say.
Did you say he was a shortstop?
Second baseman.
Okay, so Lou Whitaker had nothing to worry about with
Precursor
that
of Lou
caliber.
Whitaker. Yes. Gary Sutherland. Don Carruthers, another pitcher for the Montreal Expos.
Oh.
Now, what year is this? Is earlier, I believe. Don Carruthers. Well, wait, so maybe it's the same year I'm looking.
It's not. No.
No, this is earlier. I believe this might be 70. I believe this is 72.
72. If you want to flip the back of that, Kim, when you have a chance, his name is gigantic. It's like a film marquee. Don Carruthers.
I like the blue uniform.
Yeah, that baby blue, really really sweet looking uniform. Don Carruthers. Again, don't know his career.
Not really. Now that's a 78.
Let the kids play.
Yes, we know him.
Bob Watson. Bob Watson. A's, Astros first baseman.
At the time.
Perfect Astros uniform. 1978.
Yep.
On that card. The script at the bottom is really nice. The back of the card has the orange and blue border.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really eye-catching. Bob Watson, former Yankee.
He was the GM for the Yankees.
I think he played for the Yankees.
He might have, but I know he was the GM at some point.
Yes. Well, the back of these cards are going to be tough. Oh, he had a long time, probably first-year Astro.
Yeah,
but he'd been playing for a long time.
Should know where he was before that, but...
So these two stick together a little bit. So we've got shortstop for the San Francisco Giants.
Roger Metzger.
That's a 1979.
Yeah, no, it's not 79. I believe it's... Oh. I think you're right.
79.
You're right, 79.
Yeah, 79.
Not bad. Metzger's a...
We know Roger Metzger. Like that's
Metzger's a...
So right now we
middle
are...
of the road.
I am two
I've heard of
two for
3 of
five.
these guys.
You're 3 for 5.
Stone and
A little bit older than I am. So
Right.
Stoneman, Bob Watson, now Metzger. He counts. Good glasses on Roger Metzger, I will say. Here's a Hall of Famer, and this is probably right now an early candidate for leader.
He's a contender. Very nice.
Rod Carew, a 1978 tops, as a Minnesota Twin. I will always remember he was dealt to the Angels and still hit 322.
Yep.
I like these old school uniforms.
Yeah, the old uniforms. This is anybody who's a uniform fan. Anybody, and actually bring that back and show the folks at home. He's got the cap, and then the helmet goes over the cap. Very conscientious when it comes to protecting your head, or just taking the helmet off before you take your place at first after you ground into an inning-ending double play. But Rod Carew wouldn't do that. He was very good at the plate.
Yep.
Hall of Famer. Jewish man as well.
One of the best hitters, at least singles hitters of all time.
This is a good hitter.
Another solid,
a good hitter.
Borderline Hall of Famer.
Borderline Hall of Famer.
Al Oliver.
Great uniform.
Oh,
all around.
Actually, I think 78.
Another 78 tops. We're heavy on 78 tops, and we're evening the gap with guys that we know are bringing. They're starting to catch up to the guys we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Al Oliver, multi-time All-Star, played for Pittsburgh. He was a Montreal Expo.
I'm not sure if he was. I know he was in Texas. I think he went to Texas
Ranger.
from
Pittsburgh.
He looks deep in thought there.
He also probably high as a kite. Deep in thought. He's like, look at the pinstripes on this.
Those pirate uniforms are solid.
They're nice. Yeah, nice work. A man who would be something.
Oh yeah, we've heard of him. Cookie Rojas.
Rojas.
Ended up becoming that's 73, I believe.
Is it?
Yes. He ended up being a coach.
Yes.
I believe he was a coach for the Mets. He might have managed. I don't know where he managed from, but...
I would say he might have managed in Minnesota.
Not much of a player, but...
90s manager?
Parlayed that into a managing career down the road.
Yeah. Pretty nice. But no, this is, we're back, this wasn't 73. This was probably 75 again.
That could be 74? Okay.
It's the same year as the Bill Stoneman.
Right.
So... the 1975 World Series come to life for the Cincinnati Reds. So a little bit of a walk down.
Hey, Louis Tiant.
Louis Tiant. Right down memory lane with the big red machine. 75, their first World Series that they won.
Yes, first one they won.
Right.
Back to back.
Back to back and belly to belly on those World Series. And guys on that team, Johnny Bench, Dave Concepcion, George Foster,
Cesar Geronimo.
Cesar Geronimo. Who was the first baseman?
Dan Dreesen.
No, Tony Perez.
And then you have Joe Morgan.
And then baseball scumbag Pete Rose.
Boo.
Boo is right, Kim. This is extra. Read all about it. Lee Lacy traded to the Braves in an 6-player trade. Are you going to tell me the other 6? I got to read the back of this to figure out the other 6 players. That's one thing the back of these cards do not do. Is they do not comfort.
Oh, he was a Dodger.
Man eyes. The Dodger. Lee Lacy ended up playing for.
They don't tell me who else was in the trade.
Really?
Apparently, he's.
You got to figure out the other 6
players. He's the
players.
cell.
Lee Lacy. Well, Lee Lacy was a. He was a stick.
He was okay.
Yeah.
Not Al Oliver or.
Well, he was a teammate of Al Oliver eventually at Pittsburgh, I think, or Oliver might have been gone. But Lacy made it to the Buccos in the late 70s or early 80s. That's where he rounded out his career. I see one of your favorites on this one. 27 wins.
Oh, Steve Carlton.
Look at these.
So this would have been. This is a 73
victory
card.
leader. Yeah, 73.
Gaylord Perry, who cheated.
Okay.
And Wilbur Wood.
Wilbur Wood, who looks just super
Check the White
jazzed up to
Sox
be there.
uniform now. Red hat.
It's just a red hat for the White Sox.
Yep.
Do they come with those blue collars all the time, or was that
I think
just
they wore a
thrown in?
blue. I think one of their alternate uniforms was a blue. Blue one.
A blue collar. A blue collar guy.
They were in the blue uniform group.
All right, so we got through. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's the final guy, Larry Herndon.
Hey.
Is probably a rookie all-star. So this might be the Larry Herndon rookie card, the coveted Larry Herndon rookie card.
He ended up with the Tigers.
Ended up with the Tigers at a solid career. He was there in '84 when they won a world championship. I never knew him to be a San Francisco Giant, though.
Nope.
So
probably wasn't there long.
And pretty solid, like what 280 hitter? Would you?
Now
call
let me
it?
see. Now, is there AstroTurf in that picture, by the way?
I don't know.
Little known fact about Candlestick Park.
Well, it's not the stick. I don't think this is the stick.
No, he's got his home jersey on. If
He's taking a picture. It could be anywhere.
No, that's probably his home.
What we call him the leader of the pack?
Carew.
Rod Carew. Okay.
No doubt about it.
Rod Carew, leader of the pack.
Hall of Famer.
Leader of the pack for that one. What was our over/under count on guys we knew?
I think we knew
Lee Lacy,
almost
Herndon.
I think there were only 2 guys who were mysteries to us.
Okay. Yes. Kiefer Sutherland, Gary Sutherland,
and
Don Carruthers.
Right. The rest of them were all people we've heard of.
Pack number 2. People's pack. Still in the 70s, Kim.
Okay, good.
Kim's like, where's the
know what any of these people are.
1971 cards? We didn't hit every year in the rainbow.
I don't think so.
Oof, this was a little bit different, a little curl over.
Right.
So they might be protecting something cool.
Oh.
What they aren't protecting, top card, Reggie Smith.
Reggie Smith,
Reggie Smith, outfielder, Los Angeles Dodgers. Part of a team that made a few World Series, won a World Championship.
I don't know if he was there. I don't know if he was on the 81.
81?
Started his career in Boston.
I feel like he was still there.
He might have been.
Nice mustache.
Solid hitter.
Solid hitter, yeah.
Got the solid mustache going on,
Solid
too.
mustache.
He does.
This guy, I think, was a Met.
Hey, yes, Willie Montanez.
Willie Montanez, first base.
This might be pre-Met.
Yeah, this was pre-Mets.
Right.
Atlanta Braves, Willie Montanez. I don't know. Did they pick him up as a tag along on a trade? Or something?
He probably traded. He wore his welcome in Atlanta. He got dumped to the Mets, like all those Mets who stunk after '77.
Oof.
Wow.
Shots fired. Here's one thing that haunts us. What's the worst card that you can get in an '80s pack of baseball cards?
Boy, I
The
don't
fans at
There's
home.
2
know.
of them, I think, but
It's either a checklist, which is trash, throw checklist away. If somebody was wrapping up a checklist, they would get a negative ranking on eBay.
I'll have to find out.
The second worst is a manager card.
No, that's a nice looking manager card.
But I will say this one kind of sweet because it is little baby picture of him as a player.
Herman Franks.
Yeah,
we don't know him.
Cub manager from 1970.
Probably came in 5th place.
Herman Franks, but it's got a little picture of him as a player, and then a larger picture of him as a manager. Not a memorable guy in Cubs history.
Nope.
Probably
not a memorable guy in whatever team he was on either.
I would say. Another unmemorable guy. I'm drawing a blank on this. Doug Alt. But he was a rookie. First baseman. Blue Jays fans, tell me if you know anything about Doug Alt. In the Doug alternative universe, he's the best Blue Jay.
Canada's favorite athlete.
Canada's greatest athlete. Runs batted in leaders of 1977, George Foster and the legend, Larry Hissel.
Is it? Larry Hissel.
Larry Hissel.
The card wouldn't lie.
Larry Hissel, again, pay attention to that mustache on Larry Hissel.
Ooh.
A grease paint mustache for him. Don't know a thing about Larry Hissel.
Well, he led the league in RBIs in 77.
That's his accolade.
Played for the Twins.
All right.
Maybe he was a one-year wonder.
The baby blue uniform Twins. Now, we said that the guy was going to tout if we got a home run card, right?
Oh, he's got a sticker on it.
There's a sticker on it that says home run because it is. Steve Carlton, strikeout leader in 1972, and Nolan Ryan, strikeout leader, 1972. A 1973.
Hey, we got his win.
Pretty sweet.
We got his win. The win one came in the other packet. He's got a whole deal on that one.
Carlton heavy, but yes, the sticker indicates a home run.
Home run.
Wonder how much that
It's a home run.
So that
even has
that's
a
worth a
fancier.
look up.
That even has a thicker sleeve on it and everything.
Spare no expense.
Really.
Whatever this Washington fellow.
Mystery guy.
Mystery man. Paul Mitchell, pitcher, Baltimore Orioles.
More famous for his hair product that is.
Yes. Yes. Paul. That Paul, not that Paul Mitchell.
That's the only Paul Mitchell I know.
We don't know the mediocre pitcher for the Orioles back in the mid-70s.
I think mediocre is being generous on that Paul Mitchell. Mike Norris. We do know Mike Norris.
Know him.
Pitcher for the Oakland A's.
Yep.
Probably could have had a better career. It was
okay.
It was a good A's pitching staff in.
His arm probably. Billy Martin probably caused his arm to fall off.
Yeah.
Because probably threw him 300 innings.
Would have been on that staff with Steve McCaddy.
Yep.
Matt Kehoe.
Yep.
I believe also.
Yep. All sorts of surgeries in that group.
This is a pre-mustache and long hair.
Hey. Milwaukee Brewer.
John Vukovich. But yes, Milwaukee Brewer. Third base, shortstop. Don't remember Vukovich playing shortstop. Oh, Pete Vukovich.
Pete Vukovich is a pitcher.
Yeah.
So that's...
There were a lot of powder blue uniforms back then, huh?
Blue is a pretty big color. If you remember, Kim, you probably don't remember because you don't remember the 70s, but there were only 4 colors in the 70s.
Okay.
There was white, red, blue, and black.
That explained it.
Very little orange.
Well, there was yellow.
Yellow was hardly there. Yellow was an accent color.
Unless you were Ronald McDonald.
That's true. Psychedelic McDonald's commercials. This guy pitched for decades. Doyle Alexander.
Yep.
Again, another guy who eventually would grow a good mustache, but this is his baby face.
He ended up with the Yankees too.
Babyface Day, Doyle Alexander. Here, I don't remember his career going on.
Well, it looks like it's very early because there's not much on the back of that.
So it could be a Doyle Alexander rookie card that we're running into. And again, because that guy had a long career, that rookie card might be worth something.
I don't know.
Have to look in the.
I'm gonna bet that's a common card.
Another RBI leaders and a real murderer's row. I see a Brewer, George Scott. I see John Mayberry of the Kansas City Royals and Freddie Lynn of the Boston Red Sox.
George Scott's another guy who would have been on the Red Sox at some point.
Yeah.
As would have been, Fred Lynn would have been on the Red Sox in that picture.
He was in that picture, yeah. And who was the third guy in there?
Fredlin, John Mayberry,
John
and George
Mayberry.
Scott.
Never a Red Sox.
Mayberry,
John Mayberry.
RFD.
This is a 60s card.
Oops.
They threw a 60s card in here as a swerve. Yeah, this is a 1963
Ooh.
Oh,
Ray
Wow.
Washburn. That currently counts as the oldest card that I have ever held
wow.
Yikes.
in my hand. Ray Washburn.
Wow.
Who knows what Ray Washburn is, but
Well, we know he was a Cardinal.
you got value there. And if you want to, Kim, when you have a chance, if you want to flip to the back, really,
Wow.
that is a total like 60s thing where they've got like a drawing or a cartoon of some ilk on the back.
There are probably some cartoons in this bunch.
Not much. They go with and we've got the last guy here. I don't know that name, but
Jerry White.
Jerry White, Montreal Expo. Opened with an Expo, closed with an Expo.
How appropriate.
Jerry White, outfielder for the Montreal Expos.
He must have played at Jerry Park.
Could have. I'm going. Leader of the pack is the Steve Carlton, Nolan Ryan, aptly labeled home run.
Yeah, the second pack didn't do quite as well with at least the frontline name value. I mean,
Yeah.
Willie Montanez is No, you know what?
Reggie Smith is
was
good.
in that pack. So
Reggie Smith is good.
well, Reggie Smith was the mainline card.
Yeah.
That was the
Doyle
best.
Alexander.
This is probably I guess because Nolan Ryan's on the card,
Yeah.
it makes it a little more valuable than
Wilbur Wood.
the.
Yeah. Well,
There's two Hall of
leaps and bounds.
on each of these
Leaps and
cards.
bounds.
Definitely. I mean, it says home run right on the thing,
Yeah,
so.
home run, it's labeled home
Yeah.
run.
On each of
really.
these cards, there's two Hall of Famers. I mean, Nolan Ryan's Nolan Ryan, but Gaylord Perry's a Hall of Famer. So, I mean, you can. Plus, the other thing you notice about this card, bring it back up.
It's way off center.
It's a little off center.
Yeah.
So, probably loses a little bit of value
A little
because
luster.
it's
A little
off
luster
center.
on that
But
one. Well, thanks for the.
it is
70s.
what it is.
Thanks for the trip to the 70s. We got 2 more packs of these, so we could pop these in into another rotation. I do really like that Nolan Ryan card, and I don't know.
I'm gonna have to look up the value of that card.
Yeah. I got
Caru's probably worth a few bucks.
Yeah, I got a sweet spot for that Al Oliver one too.
Probably worth a couple dollars.
Pretty nice.
Anybody say anything interesting or?
3 Maddens on one show. All it took was a mental breakdown for this to happen.
Yeah. That's accurate. That's accurate. So that's the show. Anything to plug or pitch?
I'll leave the plugs out for the next trip.
Okay. All right.
Oh, he's so confident he's going to be back.
Maybe we'll see him at the Chuckle Factory.
But it's also good to
on
see the
6.
old cards in particular.
Yeah.
You don't see they're the one thing is that they're harder to get. They're not. I mean, you have to be the when you talk about the breaking card collecting, which happened in the late '80s and early '90s. A lot of these cards probably probably disappeared because people threw them out
Right.
once the value of the cards went away, and they're even rarer because the cards that usually get featured on Leader of the Pack are all like these Fleer cards from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Were just mass produced and people just have them, whereas these cards are a little bit harder to get. There's one show in town. Most of the way people collected these cards back at the time was you had to go and buy the pack of cards, and just most of the time you'd buy a pack of cards in the 70s and you get junk like this guy Kiefer Sutherland here, or
Right.
Doug Sutherland. You get a whole bunch of that, and maybe if you bought 10 or 11 packs, you might get an Al Oliver.
That's an excellent point.
So, good job on those.
Historian. All right, for the sports JD and his filibustering for producer Kim on the opposite side of this. Thanks for hitting the buttons.
Thanks for having me.
And of course for me because I'm the host. And finally, who's on my shirt today and also on our wall, the great Muta. Hope you all have a fantastic night. Get down and boogie in the 70s, and we'll see you on the other side.